Everyone, welcome, and welcome those who are at home. We will begin, as always, just prepare ourselves. It's Shalom Aleichem. So if you're using Shabbat Shalom, you'll find that on the first or second page. Very helpful, I know. Shalom Aleichem on page 6. Siddur Le'Chadash, page 76. It's just sing, settle, and then we invite Curtis and his family to come and write Shabbat
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Oshoret, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Olamim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachim b'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Olamim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Olamim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zetchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Olamim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Notice if you might bring your dads, your brother, up, ready to light Shabbat candles for us to all bring in Shabbat. Those of you at home, this is your moment. Find your Shabbat candles, get ready to transform your kitchen, your living room, wherever you are, into a place to settle, to welcome Shabbat. Find your intention for what Shabbat is for you this week. Clearly, this family is pride in Curtis and kicking off the weekend. So a huge mazal tov to all the family who are here ready for this weekend and to celebrate. So who's going to light the first match? Thanks, Dean. Do stand up if you're able. Those of you at home don't have to, but the rest of us will here. So if we say the blessing with you. Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik neshel Shabbat. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. And an anticipated mazal tov to you, Curtis, and all this weekend brings. Hopefully you'll leave feeling very satisfied with yourself tomorrow, the end of your Bar Mitzvah ceremony. So let's go straight into Yedid Nefesh. You can find on page 78 in the Siddur, not in Shabbat Resold Siddur, so you can just sit back and enjoy that.
Yedid Nefesh, Al HaRachaman, Al HaRachaman, Meshoch Avdecha, El Retzonecha, El Retzonecha. ידיד נפש על הרחמה על הרחמה משוק עבדך אל רצונך אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו היד ישתחווה אל מול הדרך ידיד נפש על הרחמה על הרחמה משוק עבדך אל רצונך אל רצונך
We'll go to Lahadodi, the song that really welcomes Shabbat, on page 91 in Sidor Lev Chadash, or page 9 in the paper Sidor of Resold. We are in the custom to standing for the last verse, to welcoming any latecomers, but to truly seal the deal on being here for Shabbat. as we go straight into the Baruch Hu. Sit down. So the blessing that invites us to look at the world around us before we get to the Shema, instead I'd like to offer just a few lines from Mary Oliver's The Summer Day. This poem seems to really, she didn't write it for Shabbat services, but it really goes rather well for us. So she says, I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me what it is you plan to do with your one wild and precious life. So she invites us to look, to notice. I don't know exactly what a prayer is, but I do know how to pay attention.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu v'shofteinu, u'meinu nasiach b'tutecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Kihem chayenu, ve'orek yameinu, Tovahem nege yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavcha al tasmu, b'meinu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך, וקשוחך וקמך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשריך.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Let's sit down and go straight to Hashkivenu, our prayer for Shalom Bayit, for peace and ease in our lives and our homes. Page 13 or 96.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmot etenu uvoenu l'chaim u'l'shalom me'ata ve'ad Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
So we offer gratitude for the shelter of well-being. Sukkot Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel. So we're going to stand now, if you feel comfortable and able, for our standing prayer, where Dean will lead us in opening, and then, very unusual for our Jewish services, we're going to continue in silence until we mark Shabbat with Vashamru.
Adonai Sefata Tiftachu Fi Yagid Tehillateva. Adonai Sefata Tiftachu Fi Yagid Tehillateva.
Feel free to sit down and follow Vashamru, page 99 or page 17.
Vashamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat v'noratam berit olam berit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat v'noratam berit olam berit olam.
So we remind ourselves we are praying to be firm in all the circumstances of life. As we offer, eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel. In your love, accept our prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. And as we offer our blessing of gratitude, of thanksgiving, Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzor hayenu magen yishenu, ata hu l'dor v'dor. Noder lecha m'saper tehilatecha, al hayenu hamsurim biyadecha, v'al nishmotenu hapakudot lach, v'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha, shebachol eit erev v'boker v'tzoharayim. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, u'lacha na'eh lohodot.
Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Le'olam. Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Le'olam. Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amcha Kasim Le'olam. Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amcha כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל
another moment of silent reflection, chance to take stock of the service, ourselves, before we sing Yehi Ratzon Mudi.
Adonai Turi, Egoali, Adonai Turi, Egoali, Ratzon, Irevi, Lefanecha, Adonai Turi, Vegoali, Adonai Turi, Vegoali. Say shalom Bimrama, say shalom aleinu, Ve'alko Yisrael, Ve'alko b'nei Adam. Say shalom Bimrama, say shalom aleinu, Ve'alko Yisrael, Ve'alko
Many know, it's our minchag, our custom here on a Friday night, that our Bar Mitzvah or Bat Mitzvah leads us in their Devar Torah that they've written to add illumination to the Torah portion tomorrow, but also really to just becoming Bar Mitzvah. So, Curtis, when you're ready.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm
Curtis and I'm excited to be celebrating my Bar Mitzvah today. I have decided to have a Bar Mitzvah to see for myself what the experience is like. I have been to many Bar and Bat Mitzvahs, but having one myself feels different. I live with my two dads, Patrick and Dan, and my brother Aaron. My dad, Patrick, comes from Yorkshire. His parents, my grandma Lee and grandpa Gordon, have come down to celebrate with us today from Yorkshire. This will be their first ever Bar Mitzvah, and I'm really happy they are here today. My dad, Dan, comes from London. My grandparents on his side, Grandma June and Grandpa Owen, come from South Africa and live close to us in Finchley. I am their first grandchild to be having a Bar Mitzvah. Maybe you and Aaron, Rory and Dougie might follow me, no pressure. For my Bar Mitzvah project, I have been picking litter along Dulles Brook, and I'm very interested in marine life, and plastic pollution in the sea really worries me. The water from Dulles Brook runs into River Brent, which runs into the Thames, and eventually out into the sea. Even if I only prevent one piece of plastic from entering the sea, I will be happy. Every week on Shabbat, we read a portion from the Torah. The Torah is divided into 54 portions. There are only 52 weeks in a year, so I'm pleased I didn't get a double portion. My portion is called Pinchas, named after a character in the story. The portion describes the Israelites being super thirsty. They were angry with Moses and wanted water urgently. So Moses asked God what to do. God tells him to talk to a rock and then water will come out. Moses gets impatient. Instead of talking nicely to the rock, he hits it twice. Fortunately, water still comes out, and the Israelites are very happy. But God is very angry with Moses. In fact, he's so angry that he gives Moses a severe punishment. He says that Moses will be not allowed to be into the promised land. I think this is unfair and God was wrong. Moses was doing his best at a difficult time and it must have been really disappointing for him. He had been a good leader up to this point. It is interesting that the water still came out of the rock despite Moses doing the wrong thing. This might be because God had promised water to the Israelites and wanted to keep his promise and show compassion. Speaking of harsh punishments, the story reminds of the punishments Aaron and I get when we do something wrong at home. I am not saying I am Moses, but I can imagine how he felt. Now comes the verse I'll be reading. Moses realizes the new leader is necessary. God tells him to choose Joshua, which happens to be my Hebrew name. And now a few words about FPS. We first came to FPS when I was 4. My dad instantly knew this was the congregation for us. Rabbi Rebecca was so welcoming and the other members were very friendly and not too bonkers. In the end, we only joined in early 2020, which turned out to be bad timing. Just after we joined, the building closed for lockdown. We watched some services online. My dad found them comforting at a difficult time, especially as a doctor working on COVID ward. Through FPS, I found out about the LJY youth movement, and I'm really looking forward to my 3rd summer camp with them in August. Finally, I would like to thank a few people. Firstly, Rabbi Rebecca, for all your help and support. Thank you so much to Zoe and Natasha and my classmates for teaching me so much at Ivriya. Last but not least, I would like to thank my amazing Bar Mitzvah teacher, John. I really enjoyed learning with you and Charlie the dog. And thank you to everyone who has come today to support me. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yeshua. So we'll be hearing more from Curtis tomorrow, but you've had a sneak preview and I'm sure are excited. We're going to stand now for Aleinu. Curtis reminds us that being a Jew is about taking responsibility. I love the cleaning up of Dollis Brook. And as we offer Aleinu, the word Aleinu means it is upon us. It is upon us to take responsibility in the world. Page 20 in Resold or 520 in Sidor Lev Chadash.
Aleinu l'shameach Adon hakol, latet geula leyotzeh bereshit, asher som delkeinu leyakel et shemo, v'gor aleinu lehamid malkuto, v'gor aleinu lehamid malkuto. Oh
to Kaddish. In the next pages, we think particularly of those who are mourning in our congregation and also remembering a death. We think this week of Joan Phillips, who passed away and whose funeral will be this coming Tuesday, and of Milsey Mendel, whose funeral will be on Monday. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. We think also of those who are marking a yahrzeit at this time of a loved one. Alaric Cotter, partner of Bobby Hood. Audrey Jacobs, grandmother of Zoe Jacobs. Charles Hardoon, husband of Rosalind Hardoon, father of Rebecca, David, Janet, and Henry, grandfather of Joel, Evie, Ethan, and Lilibet. Of Harold and Sheila Collett, parents of Andrea Collett, and grandparents of Alex, Ruth, and Natasha. Morris Volk, father of Stanley Volk, and of Stephen Urbach, brother of Leslie Urbach. May their memories be for a blessing, and may those who recall and remember their loved ones be comforted in their loss as we say the words of Kaddish with them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, b'alma dibra chirutei v'yam lichma chutei, b'hayechon u'b'yomechon, u'b'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah meruach le'olam Amel Maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitada v'yitale v'talal Shemei d'Kudusha brichu. Leila min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiram v'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya. V'hayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru Amen. Ose shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol b'nei Adam. V'imru Amen. So let's sit down. And as always, every Friday night, Dean leads us in the blessing over children and each other, but it's always especially poignant for a bar or bat or Bar Mitzvah. And so we join Dean in singing, and you can find it on page 27, the blessing that we're encouraged to offer our children, each other, on Friday night. And here in our congregation, we love to do it for each other and to feel a sense of responsibility to offer gratitude and pleasure in this community. May God bless us and look after us. May God look kindly upon us and be gracious and kind to us. May God reach out to us in tenderness and give us ease and peace.
Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. V'varechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom, and a huge Mazal Tov and welcome to all of the Epstein-Richmond clan, and look forward to seeing you more tomorrow. Kiddush, we don't even have to go to the back. Louise has laid it out here, and let's gather around that table and let's do an LJY Hamotzi, I think, tonight. So let's gather around the table.